What's up, everybody? It's Grim from GTS Wrestling, and welcome to the best ever Joe Cronin's Monetize This World Heavyweight Champion, the video games collector, the game hunter, Casey is raw. And if you're not down with that, we got 3 words for you. Eat it, yeah!
What up, guys? This is Casey's Raw again, and today we are continuing with my Wrestling Championship belt collection. Here's 4 of them, and there's 2 more over there that I already did a review. And today we're going to review the next one that I picked up. This is the WWE Spinner Belt. So let's go ahead and take it down and let's talk about it and maybe do some comparison. And I took it down for you guys to take a closer look. This one has the CM Punk nameplate. You know, it's cool. I never noticed it had a hologram in there until just now. I thought it was just black. So I didn't notice, because it started sparkling. But there's a ton of people really hates this belt. And I actually think it's a good looking belt. I think the biggest reason why people don't like it is this part. I mean, it's outdated. That's what it is. If it was more like later on where it's stationary, I think it got more respect later on when it was no longer spinning. But I can see about that. It should have just been really just John Cena's belt. Or look like this, but doesn't spin. I bet a lot of people wouldn't mind. Because to me, I think it's a good looking belt. I mean, it doesn't have to say champion. And what's cool, this is the Monday Night Raw version. It has the lock in Monday Night Raw. While later on, you had the SmackDown version over there. And then eventually they had this same plate on both sides. And then you have that plate that's on both sides that just exact opposite. It's not a bad looking belt. When I picked this up, it had all the jewels. Now there's a couple starting to be missing. Like there's one right there. There's one right there. And there's a couple. It's not a big freaking deal. What was cool, I actually picked this up at a flea market. This is the cheapest belt I picked up. This is $20. And it's a full-size belt, too. Well, you could probably tell earlier where heard when it was spinning, this is not metal. This is plastic. Like that WWE World Heavyweight title right there. The current WWE Championship, that's plastic in full size. It's like a full-size toy belt. But I think it's a great idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that one down, make a comparison to the spinner belt, and also I'm going to compare it to the WWF Big Eagle Championship. So let's make these comparisons. Alright, I brought it down the Big Eagle Championship, and you can see, yes, it is the WWF Big Eagle belt. Not the WWE logo bullshit, but the WWF. And I was correct of what year, and I'm pretty sure I know what location, but that's just beside the point. So, the reason why I brought this one down is if you look, I turned this one over. It was made by Figure Toy Company back in 2001. So I believe this is like one of the first runs of the WWF Championship belts. But I could be wrong because I didn't. It's not like commonplace nowadays where you see these belts everywhere. Like everyone and their mother has a belt now. So, and I was at WrestleMania Access when and I went to some house shows before. So, and I never saw them sell these belts until WrestleMania X7. So, you see, flip this one over, and it's made by the same company. And let's see, it says what year? 2011. So this is 10. This belt right here, the spinner belt, is 10 years older than this belt. So yeah, this is my favorite belt in the collection right now. But what sucks that I accidentally broke a rivet on there. I don't know if I did. I first noticed it when I was at WrestleMania 38. So I don't know if it happened there or just I forgot about it. So it kind of pulls off a little bit, but it's not a big deal. And yes, I did take this at WrestleMania 38 Night 1. So, leather. Well, I think they did a hell better job with this, with the leather job. I feel like they did. It's not a bad job on here at all. I mean, it still feels like a real belt. So, but I will bring down the current version of the WWE Championship. Alright, now I took down this version of the WWE Champion, the current version of the WWE Championship. Like I said, this is just like I said, it's a full size, pretty much like a full size toy belt. The plates are plastic. The leather is actually probably the worst out of my collection on this one. Even though the tooling, I think it's the best. Like you got a stamped WWE logo on both sides. I like how they added the gold tip. And the plates look great. I think they did a good job with the plates too on here. But they definitely downgraded on the strap on this. Because it's so stiff. You can't like have it like sit flat good. And I don't think it's because it's... Oh, this is... What year just came out? 2016. So this is only 5 years old. So... Yeah, the leather, I'm not a big fan. I prefer the leather on this because, you can bend it a lot better. It just feels more quality with this version of the belt. Then I felt also, I feel the leather on this is even better. And I think they just cheap out on the leather, then they cheaped out. Using metal plate and they use plastic. I can understand why they would do that. But I also would say these full size belts like this, I actually, I bought this at Toys R Us for $100. And I think that if they would do this for all the belts, I think they would make a lot of money because it's full size belt. And it looks like the real thing. Same thing with this, but I know they have this version and the women's version. Actually, it was before they had Raw and SmackDown women's belt. It was just the women's belt, where it was white with a red backing. So, I don't think they had any more than just that. I feel like they should do all the championships. I think they would be badass having like a whole aisle of these belts. And I would pick them up because I think they're badass. But they do cheapen out, but I can understand why you need to make money. But I still do love these belts. So, yeah, I believe this also is made by the same company. No, well, just says WWE. No, actually, it's made by Jakks Pacific on this one. So they went from the figure toy store? The figure toy company. 5 years later, they went to Jakks Pacific. So that's probably why they went from downgrade from this kind of type of leather down to this, even though it looks like good leather. But, like I said, it's so stiff. Like, when you take it out, it doesn't bend well at all. But I still preferred the leather on this than this. And, like I said, the WWF Big Eagle, I prefer that over those two. But, yep, the next one we'll be doing is my favorite, is the WWF Big Eagle belt, and I couldn't wait to do this one. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.